Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Morning.
Good morning. Today I'm going to share with you about my experience on mentorship and my thinking or my thought about it. So I never mentored anybody. I don't think I have that capability yet to mentor somebody, even though in my office I'm quite senior, like I'm in the senior team, I have the juniors. I try to coach them. I'm sorry. Silent your phone, please. Yeah, silent your phone, please. First of all, yeah. So when I look at this project from the Toastmasters, I actually have a difficulty time to recall about my experience in mentorship. So to be honest, throughout my 8 years of professional career, I don't remember I have like this experience before. But so then I quickly read the manual book again. I read meticulously what's this mentorship about. I couldn't remember anything about it, and I even watched the video. And I'm sure none of you do that, right? Usually, because the manual book is quite long. So yeah, I try to understand the meaning of mentorship. Then I recall that during like 5 years ago, when I was still living in Singapore, I joined this mentorship program from the Singapore government. It was actually the art mentorship program. So I was get to be able to choose my mentor that they have provided. But I don't remember what kind of like things that I received from the mentor, because what I remember was that I'm pretty not satisfied with my session with him throughout my 10-week session. Because what I remember was that he will always keep asking me questions, and then I cannot like know what kind of direction I should do with my projects. And every time I ask question, he will ask me back the questions. So I always feel lost in my mentorship program. That's the same feeling that I felt when I was in my 4th year in university, back in university life. And like everybody else, I'm quite sure that all of you will do final year project, right? And for some context, for you guys, I was in a fine art school majoring in photography.
Okay.
So like, you know, fine art is just like science. It was quite abstract, right? It was all about theory. You have to come up with a new theory, or you have to come up with new opinion or invention. Yeah, because it's an art. So the course was designed for the students to do the final year project throughout 1 year. 1 year of course. So I have to attend 2 classes of final year project, but unfortunately I couldn't get the same professor for the 2 years, because obviously there will be limitations for how many students the professor can get. So I couldn't get the same professor. And then the school also designed a system where we also can get another mentor outside the class. And definitely I did that. I even get another third opinion from another professor. So you can imagine I have like almost 4 professors throughout my final year projects. And as you might know, they will give different opinions, because every professor will have a different theories, different opinions, and I receive all different opinions. And and just like how close I was, I always receive all the feedbacks, and it makes me even confused for my final year projects. So I was always lost, even starting from my 1st year, because you know, right, the direction for the final year project was the only direction for the final year project was that you can do anything you want, right? So just unlike the first 3 years where there's these subjects and then you just follow the subjects and then you just come up with a different content, but for the final year project I have to come up with everything. But fast forward, if I try to recall back now, actually if I've never met those people, if I've never met those professors, I would never get those different opinions, those the books that the books that they recommend me, the articles that they recommend me, or the movies, or the art theories that the past students have done. Because actually I got an A actually for my final year projects, and even A plus actually, not A, just A plus. And even for my for the competition I mentioned before, the mentorship program, I got I won the 5,000 grant to fund my next project. So yeah, after those recollection of memory that I have, I try to analyze those experience. I realized that it's not about the mentors that you met. Actually, it's about what kind of essence of content that you try to extract from them. What kind of like advice that how do you filter all the information that you accept from them? So I think if I may have to give a credit, my final year project actually was inspired by the book that my professor given, and it was written by Haruki Murakami. Maybe you might know the author. So if you ask me who is my mentor, I would mention that person. But yeah, actually, yeah, it's about how you define, how you filter the information that you receive. That's all from me. That's my opinion about mentorship. Thank you.